Hello, my name is Megan Montoya Schubert, and I'm here with my co-host Carrie Ann Underkoffler. And it's pretty cool what we get to do. And we are coming to you with a heartbeat from a single mom's point of view and a single mom's perspective of the rewards of what health coaching has done for our life. And we're gonna just dive in. How does that sound? I think that sounds good. Let me introduce myself, perhaps. There we go. Rewards of coaching, single mama Zoom. I have the honor and opportunity to know all of these women and to work with these women. Carrie is like, she's my kid's auntie. And, we've done a lot of life together. And the only way that we know each other actually is through coaching. And she became one of my really good friends as I was going through a divorce. And she was able to really breathe life into me and say, I've been there. Like, here's what I know. And so the testimonies that you're about to hear, they're from hard work and learning how to become a leader of yourself and learning how to lead your family and others well. Here's Carrie and she's got 4 babies as a single mama. I had 2 and then I had 3 about a year ago, and now I'm pregnant with my 4th. So I'm just right behind her. I'm riding her coattail and looking for a lot of wisdom from her. I lost 45 pounds. Gosh, how long ago? 6 years ago. And what I found is that I thought, you know what? If my coaches can do it and they're married and like the husband had no weight loss, and if they can do it, surely I can do this. I can make this happen. And I was working 3 jobs when I started coaching, and I was missing out on my kids' stuff. Like, I wasn't the one that was taking them to school. I wasn't picking them up from school. I was barely able to feed them dinner, and I was missing that stuff. And I became a mom so that I could be a mom. Like, I wanted to be the mom on the street that had the chocolate chip cookies when they came home, and beds were perfectly made, and they had a homemade breakfast from scratch and a homemade dinner from scratch. That was the mom that I wanted to be, and I wasn't being that mom. And I thought, if coaching and Optavia could be the vehicle for me to be a mom and actually take back my health and create a life of impact, why would I not say yes? Why would I not dive in? I lost 45 pounds in about 3.5 months. I kept it off until about 5 months ago when I got pregnant. And I'm actually having the healthiest pregnancy that I've ever had. And what's really cool is Optavia was the vehicle for me to heal my family and my kids. And then we became a blended family. And so when I was a single mom, that's actually when I started coaching, and I built this business in the nitty gritty pockets of time that I had. I always say this business is like honey, and it drips into the small pockets of time that you have. And working 3 jobs, there wasn't a lot of time. And so I would say to all of the single mamas out there, like, my kids were my why, and I just let them drive me, and I let the things that I was missing out on be my fuel. And on the days that I was really tired, because there was a lot of them, I thought, no, my future self is going to really thank me for showing up today. And so, coaching has given me my best friends. And I'm so thankful for that. So I'm going to actually pass the baton over to one of my best friends, one of my ride or dies, an aunt to my kids. Carrie, take it away.
Oh my gosh. I am so honored to be here. My name is Carrie Ann Underkoffler, AKA Auntie Carrie Ann, AKA the woman who is like, Megan, I'm building a baby room in my house because I get weekend visitation. I'm not even, the hashtag divorce life. Like, we know the terms, right? I jumped into this actually with really no weight to lose, if I can be quite frank, because I knew a lot about health. And man, did I have a ton of weight that I lost when I was pregnant. And I did it in all the ways that were unhealthy and not okay. But I lost weight.
She just said that she knows a lot about health. She lost a bunch of weight, I guess, after pregnancy, or like gained weight and then lost it after pregnancy. And I lost it in a bunch of like the most unhealthy ways. Maybe what she's meaning is that like, I'm going to assume, which I should not do, that she meant it like in the opposite way. Like, listen, I've been through it. I've done the unhealthy stuff and now I've like educated myself and I know like what I should and shouldn't do and all that, kind of like how I was just saying. And that comes from someone who, you know, dealt with, you know, eating disorders and or disordered eating and all that stuff. Like typically when you go to like treatment for something or, you know, therapy for something, you do learn a lot about it, because once you are more educated with stuff like that, then you understand like, oh dear God, this is not healthy. So yeah, it's a big part of therapy is learning. These people should probably just go to therapy. Also, go work out. Go work out, go to therapy, move your body, be active, take care of yourself, okay?
My habits were crap. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on the Zoom, but I just did. So there you go. And I would make myself ragged constantly. I got divorced when my youngest was...
Are they giving anyone else like super Mormon vibes or fundy vibes maybe? That's the vibe I'm getting right now. Are you okay? Also though, I'm kind of living for the fact that she is in a like a swim cover-up in a bathing suit with hoops and lip gloss and eye makeup. Like, I kind of like that. However, that's not what this is about. This is about a multi-level marketing company monetizing and promoting disordered eating, deceptive marketing practices that these ladies are doing, and it's just real unethical to target people who were already not in a great financial or emotional or mental situation. And you can be a single mama, you can be a single mother and have your shit together. This demographic is statistically more at risk, I guess. I don't know. You know what I mean, hopefully. Shout out to single moms. Y'all are killing it. You're doing great.
At 1.5, I had a 2-year-old, a 4.5-year-old, and a 6.5-year-old. My life was wild and crazy and busy. And I was homeschooling at the time and trying to be the crunchy granola mama that is in my heart to be. And I just was like, okay, well, I'm going to have to pick up another job and another job and another job. It's all I knew to do to keep us afloat because my ex-husband lost his job. We lost our child support and it was me and kiddos. So we had to move back home. I moved back from the Bay Area of California to Delaware, which is like my OG. I'm from there. I lived in my grandmother's attic with my 4 children.
Does it give y'all the ick when people call their kid kiddos? It gives me the ick. Let me know. Is that like Improve It, where everyone lives in the basement? That's where their rags to riches story starts? That is, I hope so. That'd be so good.
Until we could get somewhere and find a place. And what I absolutely love is that my best friend actually had been offering this to me for years. And I'm not saying that lightly. I watched her move forward in her health and in her life. And I was like, I want no part of that. I don't even know what that is. It's weird and it's different. And no, I'll just go get another job. Well, another job was killing me. I had 3 and I was trying to still be mom and I was depleting everything. And who out there knows if you are not showing up for you, you're also not showing up your best self to everyone you're serving. And so when I finally got to a point of complete...
Yeah, I'm really getting fundy vibes. If you don't know what fundy means, it means like fundamentalist, like super cringe Christian. You can be a part of a religion and not be like the extremist part of it, okay?
Unsubscribe, I'm Mormon.
Calm down, you'll be fine. I know some Mormons who are great people.
Desperation. I will remember this day forever in my life. We were on food stamps. I was exhausted. I was about to pick up my second full-time job on top of my other ones and was not going to be able to quit the other jobs that I had. I had just had a whole discussion in the middle of a Walgreens about my daughter choosing a chapstick that was 25 cents cheaper because that's what we could handle. And I was like, I'm done. I'm done with this crazy. This is not okay. And you know what? I'm just going to try this flipping coaching thing out and just see what happens. I told Summer I'd give her a year. Well, I am so thankful that I jumped in. This has transformed our life to the point where I cannot even begin to tell you the differences. To the point where when my children got old enough, I got them each an Ipsy account because I remembered that chapstick incident. And I was like, baby girl, we're going to open it up. So every month they got a little shipment of fun makeup. Within a 1.5 years of coaching, I was able to retire from all 3 of my jobs, go see the disclaimer. And at this point, I'm creating more income than I ever did teaching full-time, working at the bar full-time, catering full-time.
The fact that she just said so quickly and so naturally, I was able to quit all 3 of my jobs, go see the disclaimer. I was able to do this and that. It's like, whoa, what? Also, isn't it so wild when they say like, oh, I have 3 full-time jobs? How? That doesn't really add up, does it? Like 2 full-time jobs, sure, I could understand that. Aren't there not? And am I a big old dum-dum? Please explain this to me, y'all. How is it possible for you to have 3 full-time jobs? I feel like there's not enough hours in the week to do that. I understand like you could work some on some days and some on other days, but like that doesn't really make sense. So I feel like she had like 3 part-time jobs.
Teaching full-time, working at the bar full-time, catering full-time, and also running the kids' church ministry at our church, and whatever jury duty or cleaning houses that came up that I did as well, combined. So this is what, and I'm home with my kids, working from a spa today, BT Dubs. I don't know if you can see behind me, I'm in this lovely, beautiful hotel room. We have to move to Arizona because we could. We live here. I'm in my bathing suit because I can be. And so this is what I love about what we do. I am so honored that we get to partner. Megan has become, I didn't even know I needed a Megan.
And then, cleaning houses whenever that came up. Okay, so did you have like your own house cleaning business? Oh, and then jury duty. That's not your job. Jury duty isn't a job you can have. Also, how often are you getting summoned for jury duty?
So watch out if you jump in and I get to really like you. I might be part of your family too. In the meantime, I am so honored because as a mom of multiples with all these little kiddos who are now still in life and driving and learning things, there's different seasons for us all. And Elizabeth is a friend of mine who is in the midst of all the seasons too, with her beautiful family.
Just so weird as she just said that. Like, and my kids are in life. Yeah, your kids are experiencing life. They are alive. She's in her bathing suit. I guess they went somewhere for the weekend. And girl, I'm in my bathing suit and because I can be. No, you're in your bathing suit because you had to stop enjoying yourself by the pool to come do this opportunity call. If you were doing so well in a company and making so much money, you would not have to get on an opportunity call to try to recruit more people to get into the company. It is so mind-boggling.
Her beautiful twins. So Elizabeth, would you hop on and share how coaching has helped you?
Thank you, Carrie. Hello, everybody. I'm sorry I tried getting a better camera, but my camera's broken because I was so excited that my son was riding his bike for the first time. And so that's what we do, right? We pull out our cameras, take a video, and I broke mine. But anyway, so if I'm a little foggy, I apologize. But before I share my story, I kind of just want to get...
This woman is on the set of Dune. She's in the midst of filming Dune 2, or Part 2, whatever. She's straight up in a sauna. So much time freedom, you're doing a Zoom call in the sauna. So much financial freedom, she has traveled to Mars and is now doing the Zoom call next to the Mars rover.
But anyway, so if I'm a little foggy, I apologize. But before I share my story, I kind of just want to get a feel for our audience. So put a 1 in the chat if you're a mom or a parent, and then put a 2 in the chat if you're a single mama, and a 3 if you've been both. All right, okay, so great, you're my people. Now here's the $1 million question.
Put this and this in the chat so I know who I'm pitching to right now. And so you can know that you're not alone. I want to see the chat and see how many people are actually in this call. Because you can see the names and we already know the names of the people who are in it. But a lot of times what they'll do is they'll have their own team attend these calls and kind of beef up the numbers so that people think it adds into that FOMO, oh my gosh, this is really exclusive, or everyone wants to do this. And then they'll have those people also ask questions.
Now here's the $1 million question. Put a 10 in the chat if you've ever wanted to be a single mom. Right, neither did I. And that's okay. Because this is what coaching has done for me. It has shown me that it doesn't matter what happens in life, that I am in control. I'm in control of my life. I'm in control of my choices, my reactions, and that I make life what I want it to be. And yes, this is my second time.
What is this? A CCsuarez outro of a video? Girl, what are you doing? Stop that. That just sounded like me. Your feelings are valid and you're in control and you can only control what you can control. Stop trying to do what I do. Do you know what Optavia is? Do you know what they sell? Do you know what they do? Do you know what coaching actually is? No, you don't. You don't know, because it's getting the feelings in first, trying to hook them with that and how this changed my life and blah, blah. I want to tell you about how this changed my life first, and then I'll tell you what it actually is.
Being a single mom. And I've heard all of the harsh things that you can say because I've opened up my life to social media. So you can keep it all coming, it's fine. We can have all those conversations. But this is what I know. I know that I don't have to stay where I am. I don't have to stay stuck where I am, and that I can create whatever future I want for me and my babies. And I have the tools through Optavia to do so. And I'm so grateful for that. And I may not be where Carrie is in a spa because I'm downstairs locked in my bedroom, but that's okay, because I know that someday I'll be able to be speaking from a spa because I have what it takes. I know that I'm enough, and I'm in their footsteps because they've created the way. And I'm so incredibly grateful for all the coaches and all the mentors. Sorry, I hate getting emotional, but that have led the way and shown me that what's possible.
If someone is trying to get you to join something and they start crying, for the love of whatever higher power you do not or do believe in, please run. I have to do this. I'm like so desperate for this. Like I need this and all these great feelings and I can do this. You're being hyped up and love bombed and manipulated. You're not going to think logically at all. You shouldn't be doing this on vacation. That's not a vacation then. That's just working remotely.
That have led the way and shown me what's possible, because these people have opened up their lives and have encouraged me to open up my life. And I know that if I continue to show up, that I will get to that place as well. A little bit behind my story is, yes, I'm a single mom of 5 kids. My oldest is turning 10 this month. My youngest are identical twins, and they just turned 3 this month. And they are my why. And they are why I'll keep doing the work to create that life of options for them and to create a better future. I lost 120 pounds in 8 months on this program. But what's even more incredible,
That's also a lot. I'm seeing, this is not good. I feel like how they're highlighting the postpartum weight loss, I feel like that's really just not good. But just media in general will be like, oh, bounce back after baby or blah, blah, blah. And it used to be like that. I feel like it was like really heavy in the early 2000s and like mid 2000s. And it's just so unhealthy. Like you just made a human. How about you relax? All right. Like you don't need to like bounce back right away. And some people do and some people don't. And it's fine. You duplicated yourself. You just made a clone of yourself in someone else. But that's insane, right? Like childbirth is so weird. Amazing and beautiful, obviously, yes. Absolutely wild. And the thing that's really annoying is like they act like this is the only way. No, it's not. It's a body. We all got one. And take care of it, sure, but baby, that takes practice. Practice? What? Excuse me? That takes time is what I'm trying to say. Everyone should understand that, yeah, you're not going to look the same after having a baby. Probably never again, but our bodies change and that's okay.
More incredible, I probably lost double that in mental weight because I show up differently, I react differently, and I get to be the CEO of my own life and I get to create.
CEO of your own life, but not the owner, huh? Interesting. Because who is the owner? Probably your upline or this cult you're in.
Incredible through Optavia because my purpose, I was born a leader. I love being in service of other people. I always wanted to be a missionary, and I feel
I was born a leader. You were born a baby. You were born a baby. You were not born a leader. You were born a baby. Literally a baby.
A missionary, and I feel that I get to use my pain to be a missionary for those people who are walking through life. So similar, if not different, but I get to get in the trenches with people. And that's what ministry is about. Getting in the trenches with people, showing them hope, showing them how to overcome their situations and live life to their fullest and really love themselves, value themselves, and walk in that worth. And that is what coaching has done for me. And in return, I get to be blessed because I'm helping bless other people's lives. And that's just amazing. And so that's what coaching has done for me. And there's room for you. And so
oh, wow. That's a lot. So that I don't lose my over what she just said, I'm going to focus on putting on my eyelashes. I've always wanted to be in ministry, and this is how she can do that. No, it's not. It's absolutely not how you can or should do that or are doing that because that's not what this is. This is for you, lady. This right here, that's for you. Also, this is merch, and it says Stay Spicy on the back. That it apparently looks like crab claws, but I hand drew all of my new merch designs. You're not getting in any trenches. They say this phrase so much. It is so regurgitated in this video. It is offensive.
Done for me. And in return, I get to be blessed because I'm helping bless other people's lives. And that's just amazing. And so that's what coaching has done for me. And there's room for you. And so I welcome you to join us as well at whatever capacity you would like to join us. And I'll pass it back to Megan or Carrie. Sorry.
No, you're good. Thank you for sharing. And, I remember going to lunch or coffee with you as you were becoming a single mom. And we sat and you said, okay, here's the situation. Here's what's happening. Because when she started coaching, she wasn't a single mom. But through the process, she became a single mom and nobody wants that. But she now has a vehicle that she's not had to go out and get a part-time job or a full-time job because she gets to be home with her kids because she said yes.
So then what is this? Is it a part-time job or a full-time job? Because it's got to be one of them. It literally has to be one of them. You just work at home now. That's what you do. Yes, you're not going to be present with your kids. Like, sure, you might see them, but there's a difference between, and I know all I can say is, with Tony, because we don't have kids, but if he walks by and I'm working, like, I'm not saying I'm going to ignore him, but I'm not present with him, right? I can be. I can just stop working and go hang out with him if I'm able to, if I'm not in the middle of doing something, but it's different. It's very different.
To the opportunity of going and saying, well, if other people are a hot mess and, you know, maybe need to lose some baby weight, then probably I'm going to just say yes and go out and help people. And that's what we get to do.
So other people are a hot mess and need to lose baby weight. So I'm going to go out and help them. And that's what we do. Again, 1, how dare you? 2, why? You don't go out and help people who are a hot mess and need to lose baby weight. No one needs to lose baby weight. You might want to, but you don't need to. It's not a life or death situation. You don't need to. Again, that just goes into like the language and the vernacular of like society and saying that like, oh, I need to do this. So then it becomes like a cultural norm of people being like, oh, well, when are you going to lose the baby weight? Don't you want to? Like, oh, I can't wait to lose the baby weight. Things like that. It's like, how about you just like hang out with your baby? And like with your spouse, if you have a spouse. Feeling like you're trapped in a body that isn't yours sucks. But this shit ain't gonna help. And these people are trying to take advantage of you. And I don't want to incite violence. So I'm not gonna say what I was just about to say. But like I said, sometimes people just need a quick karate chop to the left boob.
You know, who is Optavia? I'm just gonna go back to that slide really quick. Maybe. There we go. Who are we? These are my people. And, you know, we get the opportunity to lead and create an extraordinary life. We get the opportunity to see and to create what we see and dream of behind our eyes. And, you know, these are some of
y'all are probably like, Chelsea, just put on the lash. Just do it, please. Listen, I'm trying my best, but I cannot because I keep getting distracted. 1. And 2, because I keep talking and then the glue keeps drying. And what she just said, what is Optavia? These are my people. And then saying that we get to create and lead an extraordinary life of the goals that we see behind our eyes. That clears it up. I know exactly what y'all do now.
You know, these are some of my business partners, some of my best friends, my mentors, and we just got to have a fun night together. And the cool thing is that through the process of coaching, all of these people became my family within a family. And Optavia says, you're seen, we see you, we will come alongside you, and there's room for you.
Clears it up, right? You know exactly what they do, who they are, what they stand for, what they sell, what type of business it is, right? You get it. That was a pretty good explanation.
So next, you know, the trilogy of optimal health. Actually, Carrie, do you want to talk about this?
Oh my gosh, yes. Because, you know, it's so interesting how I just didn't know what I didn't know.
I didn't know what I didn't know. Yeah, obviously. How could you know something that you don't know? Just saying the most obvious things. I guess this is their trilogy. I mean, their Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. And this chart, they're going to talk about it for about 5 seconds. And it doesn't make any sense to me at all. So it's like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. It's like the bottom one, like the bare minimum and like the threshold. And then like the closer you get to like the middle of each of them, like what?
Okay, in my life, we're really not okay. But when you don't have anything except for hurt and past experiences to compare it to, it's hard to know where you are on the scale. So this trilogy wheel was so eye-opening for me to see like, yeah, actually my body was in a healthier place, but my mind, my finances, I'm not sure if this really could include negative numbers, but I was somewhere on the negative in several of these categories. And so this is a great opportunity for you, even right now watching this, just to take a second and kind of rate yourself in these 3 areas, because we are not a weight loss company. That is not what we do. We are in the transformation business. And because we are mind, body, spirit, I believe as well, and finances, it's all encompassing. And so this has been a game changer for me and for so many other people, just to have a good idea of.
We're not a weight loss company. We're a transformation company. That's a cult. Girl, that's a cult.
Well, just to have a good idea of life, where we are and where we want to go. Megs.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I didn't know if you were done.
A goofy laugh.
I was like a negative as well. I remember being on a Zoom and Mike and Summer showed me this and they were like, where are you at? I was like, I don't know, maybe a 1 all the way across the board if I have to.
A 1 all the way across the board, if that's possible. I was a negative as well. My life was in shambles. I lived in a broom closet. Like, if that is your life before, okay, fine. If you're not exaggerating, if you're not lying, just to try to appeal to people who maybe think, oh, I'm like too far gone, or like, this is not going to work for me. Like my life, I'm not in a good place right now.
Pick a number. I just remember being like rock bottom. And what's cool is that we help you from rock bottom to build and go from there. And so it's powerful when we embrace the full trilogy of what Optavia stands for.
Embrace the trilogy. Eat these crackers made of paper.
Is one of my dear friends and business partners, and just she comes from the place where I am an OG from, Albuquerque, and I've had the opportunity to get to know her over the years. And so, Joy, I'm going to actually pass the baton to you, my friend.
Thank you so much, Megan. I'm so honored to be here. And yes, I'm from New Mexico, and I started program 2.5 years ago. It was at the beginning of COVID, and I've lost 70 pounds on program. And when I started it, it was really that I knew I was in a bad place physically, and I was carrying around all this extra weight. I was like, I just need to lose weight. I just need to lose weight. And then I said, okay, I'm going to coach. I can coach.
It was most likely the baby weight, because if you saw one of her kids looks pretty young. However, how you got there is not wonderful. Also, we don't necessarily know if that's true, and it's weird that that is a selling point of getting you to join whatever employment opportunity this is, because that's technically what it is. Realistically, it's a volunteer position.
I need to afford my box. This program works. I like what it stands for. I can coach. I can share this with people. What I didn't know at the time was that
if a company's products are so expensive that one of the only ways for you to be able to afford it is for you to then become an employee of that company, that's a red flag. That's definitely a red flag.
In creating this health, that it wasn't a diet. It was actually looking at that whole sort of circle of where I was in my emotional health, and in my finances, both which were out of whack. And I think that Megan and Stacy knew that very early on, but were so kind and gentle not to point out the serious flaws in what was going on in my household. They just let whatever course needed to happen take. And I think that, through coaching, I first of all, had to dig deep of what was going on in my life. And as I would transition to be a single mom, coaching gave me the options to actually believe that I could do it. Because for a good year, I thought that I couldn't, and I was told that I couldn't do it, that I couldn't afford to take care of my kids. One who has some extra needs, so there's extra copays, there's extra things. And so I thought I was just stuck. I had lost the weight, I'd gotten my body healthy, and financially I was able to do really cool things with my kids. I took my kids to Disneyland last year all by myself. I didn't have to put on a credit card. I didn't have to, scrounge and save. I was able to do this really cool thing. And I was able to take them on another beach vacation last year. So I did these amazing things, but then I was still stuck at home because I couldn't afford the house. I couldn't afford the tuition. I couldn't afford these things. And that was just in my ear. And so I never thought it was possible. And I think that what I've gained from coaching that I never knew I needed was a community piece, where people that believed in me, people that saw
that her kids are at home with her because she you can't afford daycare. Daycare is expensive. I don't blame you. Do what you got to do, but don't join a pyramid scheme or a cult. It's not the answer.
The community piece, where people that believed in me, people that saw, a spark in me that I don't think I saw in myself, that I knew I could coach people. I knew the program, I can get you healthy, I can do these things. But in terms of building a business, in terms of building a brand, that wasn't me.
What gives you the right to try to get people healthy? Can you get people healthy? Because it doesn't sound like you have the qualifications to do so.
That wasn't something I was able to do. And so what I have been able, the gift of coaching for me is really more about the ability to dream. And the ability to look at my kids and say, we're going to be okay. We got this. We got this. They've come along board with me. As soon as we're done with this Zoom, we're going to go get a treat because they've been really good this whole time.
You can do that when you're unemployed as well. And at any time you can dream. It's all dreams and butterflies and rainbows and just happiness and getting in the trenches and getting out of it and blah blah blah. It's what are you talking about? Coach basically just means hype person. They don't have any qualifications, and it is hurting me. It hurts my brain.
I can look at them and not have the fear that's this ultimate stress that when they spill something, or when life's not going great, where I'm so stressed because the refrigerator's broken or our washing machine is broken, I don't know how I'm going to pay for it. Those things that you just don't really think about, I think, are huge. They're monumental when you're a single parent, because that can make or break a monthly budget. And with coaching, I'm like, no, like I'm good to people and kids, like, babes, we're doing this. You know, Elliot last night took a picture of my salad because he knows that like, this is what people want to see. He's like, people want to see your healthy food, mom. Like, let's do this. So he'll take the picture. And, you know, they join me on the calls when I'm checking in with clients. So coaching has given me the freedom to step out of something that wasn't serving me, and step out of, and like the courage to step out of something that wasn't serving me and wasn't serving me for my kids. Because I think as moms, we'll deal with a lot for our kids, but when it starts to affect how you show up for your kids, that's when it's time to step out of it. And without coaching, I may not have ever been able to step out of it, because I just didn't have those options. And coaching gave me the freedom to do that, to still show up and take my kids to Disneyland next week after my oldest graduates from preschool. So we're going to Disneyland, and that's not on credit cards. That's not stress. Like, we're going to do the things. And coaching has gifted me this amazing freedom and community and strength, and light that I didn't have before and that I didn't think was possible.
Oh my gosh, Joy, I love that so much. Isn't it wild?
She just said that her oldest is going to finish preschool. I don't have children. We know this. However, I Googled it. Many preschools enroll children at 2 years of age. A few preschools enroll as young as, okay, that's very young, or as old as 3. If your kid's 2 years or younger, then you don't have to pay for them to go. I think her older one is like 3 or 4. Preschooler, 3 to 5 years old. I'm wrong. See, I don't even know. I don't have kids. What do I know? But at least I can admit that and I'm not going to try to coach people on that.
Isn't it wild when we, you know, it's very hard sometimes to see past the circumstances that we're in. And I love that with this, you've been able to explore dreams, that you've been able to plan things and see it come to fruition. I don't believe that.
I love that with this, you're able to explore your dreams. You mean just think about them? Melissa and Martha May Huvier, you can do that at any time. You can dream, you can daydream, you can come up with a plan, you can try to better your life and think about where you want to go. Like that, it's not the job that did that for you. It's so strange.
I don't believe that single momhood is explainable. It's almost like the word labor. Like everyone knows it's hard. Everyone knows there's lots of things. It can be very painful. It's a lot of work, but until you experience it personally, it's kind of hard to explain. It's the same with single momhood, right? Like it's almost hard to explain, but the cool thing is together we are powerful. We are together. And that's why this community is so key. And I'm so proud of you. That's amazing.
Together we are powerful. You can be powerful on your own. You don't need them to be powerful, but listen, I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying it's ethical, but this is kind of genius that they're using this marketing tactic and making these people think that this is like the only way that they can get out of their current financial situation if it's not good, or feel like they have a community and people around them. You know, it takes a village and all that, right? So
you say all those things. I love that. I love that you can take the kids to Disney. Speaking of amazing powerhouse mamas, I will never forget first meeting my friend Stacy. Oh my gosh, it was like meeting this beautiful powerhouse supermodel woman who came up, and first time I saw her with a baby at an event with her baby in the stroller, stopped over to give me a hug and just say hi and introduce herself. And I was like, oh my gosh, who is this amazing woman? And I admire her so much. Her story is so powerful. Stacy, you have just transformed into this amazing, I mean, you had all of it inside of you. It's just you're shining it out now, this beautiful, strong powerhouse woman that you are. So will you share your story?
Wow, thanks for that intro. I will never forget that meeting either, because you were one of the first mentors in my life that shined a light to show me what was possible. So, you know, kind of like what Joy was saying.
This lady's definitely gonna cry too. You can just tell when they're gonna cry. She's a crier for sure.
You get connected to a community of people that you never knew you needed, who show up in all the right ways, just right on time to pull out the potential inside of you that was there all along. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm still trying to overcome the emotions from listening to Joy's story, because that was powerful. So I'm going to do my best to walk through this. But, you know, I love being a mom. It is my favorite thing. It was something I was born to do, and I have known that for my entire life. And so when I planned out being a mom and having my baby, I was so excited to do that. And I had all of these big plans about being a stay-at-home mom and an intentional parent and what that was going to look like. And I had big dreams for all of that. And I think most people don't step into parenthood thinking they're going to end up a single parent, right? Like most people don't plan that out, but that is exactly where I found myself. And, you know, my life exploded right after my kid was born, and those plans went away. All those things, all those dreams, all those ways I wanted to show up as a mom, they left really quickly. And so I found myself in a room looking around, looking for a hero. Like, who's it gonna be? Like, who's gonna run in? Who's gonna rescue me from this? Who's gonna like relay out this amazing like plan of a future that I had for myself? And for about a month, maybe 2 months, nobody came, and I kept like waiting. And I'm like, what's it like? How is this gonna happen? Like, I need to just like manifest how it was gonna happen. And little did I know it had sort of happened that way already. And I had known my health coach through middle school, and I had been watching her live out her life in her own way. And I had watched her go from working 3 jobs just to becoming a health coach full-time at home with her babies. And so when it became very apparent to me that no hero was coming and no one was going to do it for me, I was going to have to become my own hero. And it was on me to step into that role and become that person for myself and become that person for my baby. And so I had the conversation with her, and she told me what she did. And I said, okay, I don't know what a health coach is. I don't know what that means, but yes, I'm going to do it, because if you can do it, so can I. And so I jumped in, not having a clue what was going on. I wasn't even connected to the fact that I needed some help in my life in every way. But I had really just come in because I knew I was most unhealthy in my finances, and that's where my focus was. And that's where I needed help now. And so I came in, I started the program, I lost 40 pounds. I went from a 14 down to a 6. I've kept that off for 4.5 years. It's amazing. That's life-changing. But along the way, I found this amazing opportunity to build an incredible life. And so I've been able to stay home the entire time. My baby was about 9 months old when I found this opportunity. She's 5.5 now, and I've been home the entire time. I've never received child support. I don't take state assistance. This is just what I get to do, is build a life by helping others and making impact with other people and showing other people that there's a bigger life for them.
We still don't know what they sell. Notice how she didn't even just say, I build a team, I sell a product, I sell a service, I work for this company. It was, I am able to stay home because I help other people and help them know that there's something bigger and rainbows and butterflies and dreams. Also, there is nothing wrong with receiving state assistance. There is nothing wrong with getting child support or alimony or anything like that. But again, we still don't even know what they do, and it's 28 minutes in.
And it's so reciprocal because it's afforded me a really cool life with my kid. She has never known a mom to not be at home and breathe through this, because that was my dream. And she gets to live that. And it's incredible. And I get to be an intentional mom, and I get to show up for her every day. And like, I just don't know any other way that I could have.
You're working from home. And there are jobs where it does give you a work-life balance, and you do have a set schedule, and then you're able to spend that time with your kid. Just because you're home doesn't mean you're present.
Created this or found a way to make it possible. But it's incredible, the life we get to live. We live a mile away from the beach now. And so I don't know anybody who has a life like Pearl. And I'm super proud of that, because we have a pretty great one. And now we get to go help other mamas.
Getting a job where you work from home. Like, there's a lot of companies that allow you to telecommute full time. A lot of my friends have jobs where they do that. Like, they act like it's either working a 9-to-5 office job for corporate America, which half of them don't even know what that means, literally chained to your cubicle, or it's working in an MLM and for yourself, which you're not working for yourself. You are a contracted employee for this MLM.
Go create a life like we've been able to create. And you know, being a broken mom as a single mom is a social construction. It is an idea that our society has created that they want you to buy into. And I decided early on that I was not going to buy into that social construction. And so I want to be the one to tell you that if you're in that spot where you're feeling like you're going to be broken and broke forever, you don't have to do that. There is another way. There is an answer. And I'm living proof. And every single person on the Zoom is living proof that if they can do it, you can do it too.
Oh my Lord in heaven. I am covered in goosebumps from head to toe. I'm over here like, yes, Stacy, yes. Oh my gosh.
There is another answer. There are multiple other answers. There are multiple solutions to typically whatever problem you're having. It's the answer for them, the people on this call, to be able to continue to live the life that they are living. Not for you to have the answer to all your problems.
You don't have to settle. Break out of that norm. I love it. I'm literally covered in goosebumps and creating. Okay, focus. That was so good. Stacey, I love that so much. I love that Pearl doesn't even, this is her normal. Her normal is what you're creating. And I love how each and every single woman on this Zoom.
This woman gives me the most icky child pastor vibes. Like, what's it called? Like the head of like child ministry, Vacation Bible School. That's what I would say. Vacation Bible School vibes. And it's giving me the ick. Not making any insinuations or assumptions about her or anything like that, but just like cringy and like always smiling and just like when you can tell something's like forced and it's weird. That's that.
Has not taken the norm, but has chose to stand up, rise, and show their kids that there is another way. And so absolutely, absolutely love that. Oh, so good. Well, if you're a little curious and wondering like, what the heck is this that you even coach?
Pearl is a real cute name. Her kid's normal is her mom being in an MLM. And that's really sad. If one of your parents or both or whatever was in a multi-level marketing company, pyramid scheme, whatever, leave in the comments below. How did that affect you?
Other than just freedom and creating life and health for our families, we do have actually a structured system, which is amazing because this is how we can come into this, never being a health coach before, never having any idea of what the heck we're even doing, not even having our own lives together. Like, how could I possibly help someone? Well, because we have an incredible system. We have 4 major components of our program. The coaching aspect is huge. You have a personal one-on-one coach to stay connected with.
She just said that they coach freedom and creating life for their families. Health, freedom, and creating life for their families. No, you don't. No, you absolutely do not. And yeah, we're 31 minutes in and we still don't know what they do or what they sell.
To help you, to empower you along this journey, to guide you in the path. And that's what we get to do for others. We partner alongside of people we don't walk in front of. So it's absolutely beautiful. We have an incredible community. I have made some of my dearest friends through this community. I am inspired daily because of this community.
Not having our own lives together, not knowing what we're doing, not having any training, nothing. Having no idea what you're doing. Yet you're signing up and now you're a health coach. Sounds legit.
And I do believe, they say it takes a village to raise a child. I believe it takes a village of grown-ups to raise another grown-up. So let's all link arms together and create some community together. We have an incredibly powerful mind transformative system. Dr. Wayne Scott Anderson, one of the top leading doctors in our country with accolades out the wazoo, we don't have time to go into it on the Zoom, created this system where we are really looking at how we were created biologically, how that works in this 21st century, what emotional and biological triggers we have in our mind that we're allowing to run wild when really we can actually empower ourselves to think above that. And so that is
it is multi-level marketing though. Like you are, if you are recruiting someone, like they are on your team, right? So they might not have ranks and stuff like that, and they may, I don't know. Because I'm not claiming to be an expert in something or being able to train you in something or advise you on something when I don't know.
System that we get to walk through in terms of the educational component. And then of course we eat. I mean, we always start with the simplest habit first. I don't know about you, but I'm just gonna be real. I don't like cooking. I wanted to be the granola mom, but now I'm like, can I just buy the granola? Like, can we just get somebody to bring it here?
One of the top doctors in our country who most of us have not heard of. Oh, he started this, but we do not have time to go over it. Why? Because we have 7 minutes left in this call. And even though it's an opportunity call for this company, and you're just now learning about it at the end of the call, we're not going to really talk to you about the owner and like why this is credible and why this system works and all that.
This is where you can be creative. You don't have to be creative. Again, this is suiting you. But we start with habit building and nutrition, drinking your water, and eating some nutritious, scientifically formulated, power-packed meals to help you move throughout the day. And guess what? Most of us started with making one, even though we eat 6 times a day.
How about you just go to therapy? Learn your triggers, go to therapy instead of reading a book that he gives you, or I guess that you like talked with your mentor about. Like, who like training you on these things? Who is teaching you these things? Is it him?
Minimum. We start with 1, become a master, and then move from there. So these fuelings that we have make this so super simple to learn and grow 1 step at a time, because ain't nobody got time to try to do it all at once, because we're already, like I say, honey boo boo juggling most of our day as mamas, and especially as single mamas. So I'm so grateful for this, because this little collection of habits, of components, has literally transformed all of our lives and has empowered us to then help others.
I want to be the granola mom, but I want someone to just bring it to my house. What does she think granola mom means? Because that just means like crunchy and healthy. It doesn't mean necessarily y'all are just eating granola. This is starvation. It's not okay.
So that is really about the components of our system. Megan, did you want to share a little bit more about the next topic?
Yep, for sure. Thank you for touching on that. And, I love that we have such a simple system, especially as single moms. Like, I love, love, love the structure that is in place, because we need.
They call it fuelings because you sure as hell can't call it a meal. It's a snack. It's a snack. And hardly that, with how like low calorie count it is.
Easy. And I needed something that I didn't have to think about, and somebody to tell me this is what you need to eat at this time, so that I could be in the hustle of, learning how to build a business.
You just said we're honey boo boo juggling our day. What does that mean? What does that mean? What does honey boo boo juggling mean?
So this really changed the trajectory of my life as well. An Optavia coach. Who are we? We're caring and we're knowledgeable. You're going to get one-on-one support. We coach a healthy lifestyle program. So creating a healthy lifestyle.
Like, this is the only slide you get about the company. That's pretty crazy. However, they want to hook you with emotions, and that's all that matters, because when you're leading with emotions and making emotional decisions, you're not making logical decisions. That is a good motto. Oh, and then like we feel better and we can like help other people, and that's why we help other people. No, you share this so that you can make money. Otherwise, you would not be sharing this.
Style is what we want to do, and we want to teach you how to do that. We guide you towards healthy habits, and we empower you to, honestly be the hero of your own life, and we give you support along the way. Dr. A's Habits of Health system. There's an app, there's books, there's YouTube channel. There's seriously, however you want to learn, or whatever learner you are, there's a way for you to learn this, the small habits that it's going to take for you to optimize your health. And that's really what the key is how can we optimize? How can we optimize what we want and where we're at? Because my life 6 years ago looked different than it looks now. And so there were things 6 years ago, I didn't have time to do all of the things. I didn't have time to go to the gym for 2 to 3 hours and really be in the trenches in the gym, which is what I thought you had to do in order to be healthy. And you don't. And so this is who we are. We are just honestly a community of people.
Who are we? Still doesn't really say what you sell. I mean, we talked about a system, but doesn't really say what your job description is, what your, day-to-day duties are, how you get paid. What about healthy lifestyle program? Are you selling it? Are you promoting it?
That love people, that want to have fun, that create fun in our life. This is us in Mexico. When did we go? September. And, over the years, we have gotten to know each other via Zoom. And a few times a year, we get together and we just create memories. We have fun. We dance. We do life together. We talk about real. And, we've already touched on your fuelings. You're going to eat 5 of them. You're going to drink water and actually learn how to make one meal a day. And, I love that you can invite your kids into the system and into the process. Coaching advantages, you've honestly heard throughout this Zoom. What are the advantages of coaching? You have...
Who in their right mind thinks that you have to go to the gym for 3 hours a day to be healthy? Who told her that? Are you doing an obstacle course? You're not in trenches, ma'am.
Freedom and flexibility. You can work from anywhere. Like Carrie's working from a spa. How awesome is that? You're rewarded really well for helping others.
This is who we are. A picture of y'all in Mexico, and then a stock image of someone on a Zoom call. Most of the time we're on Zoom, like once a year, twice a year, we see each other. Like, the first red flag ever is the vagueness. If they are not being straightforward, red flag. They're not telling you the name of the company, red flag. If they're not showing you how much they make, yet they're trying to recruit you to do the same thing, red flag.
You don't have to carry any inventory. I don't have to sell anything, which is awesome. And I have the benefits of working from home and running a business from home and seeing my kid on the other side of this Zoom playing basketball and praying he doesn't bounce the ball. Because that's, what we do is we're working from home, and we get to be in the trenches with our children. And we have a relational model that honestly focuses on well-being of human beings. And we care about human beings.
Ma'am, I think you're missing a few words. You just miss words and sentences when you're on this diet because your brain doesn't have enough food to actually work. Oh, and then number 4, fuelings. Got it.
And empowering people. So, where did we go? Here we are. Hello. If you found yourself on this Zoom or watching this Zoom.
So you have 5 snacks a day, and only one actual meal a day. It's just little snacks and shakes and stuff. Like, it's not, they're little power bars and cardboard flavored puffs.
Or somebody sent you this Zoom because they know the situation that you're in. I will say that this vehicle of coaching has honestly been the platform and the way for me and my family.
It's not, because why do you want to work at a spa when you're not actually working at the spa? Obviously, if you work at a spa, that's great. Been there. Freedom and flexibility, that's not freedom. Work from anywhere, anytime. Work from everywhere, all the time. That's what that means. And again, she doesn't say how you are rewarded. They don't go over the comp plan. This is just the most vague, emotionally driven type of thing, which in terms of manipulation and like sales from that aspect, sure, it's great. But like, also, no, it's not good. That's bad. You don't want to do that. That's not a good salesperson. And shakes that'll probably make you absolute what?
So I would just say, Mama, if you're on this Zoom and you are wondering, could this work for me?
There's no inventory. Hard stop there. Sure, there's no inventory because the company sells it, you promote it. But you're paid for your sales, not promoting it. And yet she just said, I don't have to sell anything. Yes, you do. That's what you're doing right now. You're selling a opportunity, the products. You're selling the system is what you're selling. So like, maybe she meant physically, but still, you can't use that type of vague language when you are selling something. It's so deceptive and disgusting.
Of us, and we're nothing special. I mean, we're special, but we're just people that said yes. We're just people that said, I'm not going to settle for what's been thrown at me. I am going to use all of these obstacles and I'm going to make something.
Hold the phone. She just said that she's in the trenches with her children. That phrase typically means that you are, in the trenches doing the work, doing the hard stuff, doing the things that typically people don't want to do, really getting your hands dirty, mostly metaphorically. Ma'am, how are you in the trenches with your kid when you're sitting here on a Zoom call? Stop saying in the trenches. Y'all might not like that I'm about to say this, but these women should be ashamed of themselves. Absolutely. And I don't know them personally. I'm sure they are very nice women. I'm sure they are very nice humans. And they've just been manipulated and sucked into this, and they might not be able to see a way out because it is all encompassing from what it sounds like. It's not about them. They are just the example.
Out of it. And so we're inviting you to explore what that looks like, to make something beautiful out of the stuff that you're standing in, because that's really what we get to do. And I'll end with this. My favorite proverb is the Japanese proverb of the vase that breaks. And when the Japanese put a vase back together again, it actually is more valuable than it was before because it's infused with gold. And as a single mom, we are infused with wisdom and grit and gold that we didn't know we had inside of us, but those babies give us this like heartbeat that nobody can explain until you're in that situation.
What impact on the world are you having? You're in a multi-level marketing company, so not a good one overall, but like specifically, what impact are you having? Please, like acting like it's, again, so altruistic, and it really isn't. And it's just not good.
And so take the mess, let the mess be infused with gold, and watch what you can create. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much for sharing today.
That was bad. That was very bad. I really, I was about to say, I hope they don't see this because I have a feeling that they would comment on this video or try to contact me, and it's just like not helpful. They most likely wouldn't make it to the end of the video anyways, but I just would want them to understand this is not okay. And I all day long will say that it's a scam. And of course they'll come back with, yeah, but this has changed my life and I'm making money. Someone's making money in a scam. Majority of people aren't. And it's not okay. I mean, I pointed out multiple different things that were wrong with this pitch and how deceptive it was and just how gross it was. And maybe they'll change that. Maybe they'll be more transparent. Maybe they'll leave the MLM. Probably not. But please do not let people take advantage of you like this. I have had, like I said, multiple people reach out to me and tell me, hey, I had someone reach out to me and, tell me that type of situation and how they, like the certain things that they picked up on, which I love when y'all tell me that. I hope you know how valid you are. Please, please always look out for red flags. Have a skeptical mind, be kind, don't be a dick, stay spicy, keep those boundaries up. You know yourself better than anyone. If someone is promising to help you in all these different ways, think about their motive. Why are they doing that? Also, if you're feeling broken and sad and upset or are having all these issues and all these problems that all these people are talking about, you're feeling broken or anything like that, a coach, not going to help you. A counselor, maybe. Go to therapy. I know it can be scary. Saves lives. It helps, okay? So please go to therapy. All right. Subscribe, comment, all of that. I will see you in my next video, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.